Imagine this for a second. What could possibly ground an entire major airline in just a matter of minutes? We're talking thousands of aircraft, hundreds of thousands of passengers, and a meticulously planned global schedule, all brought to a sudden silent halt. There's no massive mechanical failure, no physical threat to the aircraft, just a sudden stop in the digital ether.
Welcome back to AirFlightSpace, where we explore aviation stories, air safety investigations, industry developments, and the real-world lessons shaping modern flight. Today, we're launching a premium aviation investigation into the events of July 28, 2026. It was an evening where technology and nature collided in the worst possible way, testing the absolute limits of our airline infrastructure.
Before we get into the actual mechanics of the failure, let's establish some quick context here. Who was involved? American Airlines. Where? Literally across the entire United States, right during a peak travel window on a busy Tuesday evening in late July. Let's dive into this timeline to see exactly how fast things unraveled. At exactly 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the FAA issued a nationwide ground stop for American Airlines. For those who might be unfamiliar, a ground stop means absolutely no flights belonging to that airline are allowed to take off anywhere in the country. Everything just freezes. But here's what's truly fascinating. That ground stop was canceled a mere 48 minutes later at 6:18 p.m. By 7:21 p.m., the airliner reported that systems were officially coming back online. Just 48 minutes. In the grand scheme of aviation, that is incredibly brief, right? Yet this tiny window caused a sprawling nationwide disruption. The official statement from the airline was, well, brief and to the point. They stated, a technology issue briefly impacted connectivity. Now, in plain English, what does that actually mean? You see, modern aircraft don't just fly on jet fuel, they fly on data. The digital nervous system that tells planes their exact routing, calculates their weight and balance, tracks the passenger manifest, and manages the whole intricate ballet of departures. It simply lost its connection. Without that secure data link, a commercial airliner absolutely cannot safely push back from the gate. The airplanes themselves were perfectly fine, but they were effectively blind.
Here's why this matters, and I really want you to keep this detail in mind. That mere 48-minute glitch directly resulted in over 1,100 delayed flights. That is a whopping 30% of American Airlines' entire operation for that Tuesday. Toss in the 221 total cancellations, which is about 6% of their schedule, and you've got over 1,300 disrupted flights. More than 1,300 flights completely thrown off schedule, all because of a system outage that didn't even last a full hour.
At first, everything seemed like a standard, albeit large-scale IT delay. Teams on the ground and in the server rooms worked rapidly. The connectivity was restored, apologies were issued to the customers, and the airline confidently stated that flights were departing again. The digital heartbeat of the network was coming back to life. But investigators and analysts looking at the aftermath noticed something unusual. If the digital systems were fixed in under an hour, why couldn't the planes just depart and clear the backlog immediately? Why did the delays drag deep into the night? Well, in aviation safety, we frequently look at the Swiss cheese model, where multiple layers of defense fail simultaneously. Here, a secondary issue was actively compounding the technological failure. The IT outage was just the first slice of cheese.
This detail would later become absolutely critical for understanding the full scope of the event. The technology breakdown didn't just happen on a clear, sunny day. No, it perfectly aligned with extreme environmental factors. Mother Nature essentially acted as a massive operational multiplier, turning a brief technical headache into an absolute logistical nightmare. So here's the crucial point. Major East Coast hubs were simultaneously battling severe summer thunderstorms. We're talking about ground stops already forming at major arteries like JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, and Boston due to the weather. Imagine a plane sitting in Dallas or Chicago. The IT glitch is solved, the pilots have their data, and they are technically free to fly. But wait, they have nowhere to go. Their destination airports on the East Coast are totally barricaded by storms. The planes couldn't leave, which meant the gates couldn't clear, drastically escalating the gridlock across the entire nationwide network.
Let's step back from the macro, nationwide statistics and zoom in on the micro, human impact. Because remember, behind every single one of those 1,300 delayed flights are hundreds of real people. We can actually see this perfect storm play out in real time by looking at Raleigh-Durham International Airport in North Carolina. What's truly interesting here is the exact sequence of how these two distinct layers of failure trapped passengers inside their aircraft. Step 1. A plane lands safely at RDU just after 7 p.m. Step 2. Because of the lingering tech issue and the backlog it created, there's literally no gate access for the newly arrived plane. Step 3. Just as that tech bottleneck might be clearing up, intense lightning strikes directly around the airport. And finally, Step 4. Following strict safety protocols, the ramp is immediately closed to all ground workers, meaning there is no one to physically guide the plane in and no one to attach the jet bridge. To truly grasp this, we really have to listen to the people inside the cabin. Krista Joy, a passenger on one of those RDU flights, shared her first-hand account. She noted, "They told us about the outage when we landed and couldn't get to the gate. Then we were cleared to move closer to the gate, and then the lightning started, and it was unsafe for the workers." She ended up sitting on that RDU tarmac for hours. This became a major key lesson for investigators. Technological fixes mean absolutely nothing if human ground crews are pinned down by lightning. As we begin wrapping up this investigation, we have to look at the broader consequences of that turbulent Tuesday night. It wasn't just an American Airlines issue, really. It was a stunning demonstration of how tightly wound the entire U.S. airspace system truly is. This brings us to our core analytical takeaway. On one side, you have the primary cause, an IT connectivity outage. Now on its own, an isolated systems failure can usually be recovered relatively quickly. But when matched against the secondary multiplier, severe East Coast thunderstorms, it creates an unrecoverable logistical bottleneck. The network simply could not absorb both a data freeze and severe airspace closures at the exact same time.
As an aviation community, we always have to ask the critical question. So, what can we actually learn from this story? How do we adapt our infrastructure to prevent a repeat of July 28, 2026? The ultimate takeaway, the number I really want you to remember from this, is 48. A remarkably brief 48-minute gap in connectivity is quite literally all it takes to break a fragile, highly interconnected transit network. When you factor in severe weather, that 48-minute delay echoes through the entire system for hours, if not days. It proves that in modern aviation, every single minute of connectivity is the vital glue holding the whole operation together.
Which leaves us with this final lingering thought. Just how resilient is our modern aviation infrastructure against the perfect storm of compounding failures? Are we fully prepared? Or are we really just one brief digital hiccup and a thunderstorm away from the next nationwide halt? Thanks for watching AirFlightSpace. If you found this investigation informative, definitely leave a like and subscribe for more aviation documentaries and air safety explainers. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.